Wajri mentioned Vision 2030 for Government of Saudi Arabia. And that was obviously launched back in 2016. And the results are already there 8 years later. And the Prime Minister was quick to take up on this initiative for him to volunteer success transfer and whatever the journey that you have been on. And he instructed me to take that forward. And I just wanted to mention that to you because a week back, we had a very constructive meeting with the transformation team. And inshallah, over the next 6 months, we are going to learn as much as we can in terms of your transformation journey, sir, because it's all about people, process, technology. Minister for Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony was also present in that meeting. And inshallah, we will try to learn, not only in the context of what we are talking about here, but the whole of the government and the whole of the nation approach through which KSA has moved forward, mashallah. And therefore, we are very grateful for that offer, and we are certainly going to take you up on that offer. Before I come to the topic at hand, I do want to talk about the macroeconomic stability, which is now taking roots in Pakistan's economy, which is reflected in the twin deficits which are coming into check, stable currency, foreign exchange reserves, which now, alhamdulillah, are at 2 months import cover, sovereign rating getting upgraded, policy rate moving down, and the investor confidence coming back into the country, not only in terms of institutional flows, which have come either into the equity side or on the fixed income side, but also some of the investments which have come on the B2B side in the form of Aramco, investing in Go Petroleum, Gunvor coming in, BYD as the largest EV brand in the world, as cases in point which reflect the confidence which is coming back into the economy. And from our perspective, Excellency, EFF, the extended fund facility, which we are going into with the fund, will help bring further permanence to this macroeconomic stability. And under that, we remain very committed to the structural reforms, whether it's on the taxation side, whether it's on the energy side, and whether it's on the energy side. So I just want to contextualize the discussion which we are having here now. Now, the remittance flows are a lifeline for any country, and they're certainly a lifeline for Pakistan. In the last fiscal year, these workers' remittances grew by 11% year on year compared to the previous fiscal year. And I was with the governor this morning, and that positive trajectory continues into July. And we had about $3 billion of remittance flows in the month of July. And this is obviously a function, because these things don't happen overnight. This is a function of a lot of things which happened on the macroeconomic stability side, but also in the context of administrative measures which were taken to curb illegal remittance channels, and therefore it is now producing results. Now, while our efforts are beginning to bear fruit, we must do more to sustain this positive growth trend. The informal market, unfortunately, still captures a sizable share of the remittance flows. Addressing this challenge is a key priority for the reducing economic leakages. Dr. Neeta, as you just mentioned, and I was hearing you, and you're absolutely right, digitalization is not an end in itself. It's a means to an end. It brings transparency, it brings client friendliness, and it certainly helps reduce the leakages in the system. And leakages are not just in the context of remittances. ये जो leakages का कारोबार है, हमने इसको ख़त्म करना है. And you have been hearing the Prime Minister repeatedly saying, whether these are leakages in our remittance flows, whether these are leakages in our tax system, and whether these are leakages in our power system. We call it leakages, but all of this is ultimately about corruption. And it's about people, process, technology. And we'll need to combine all of these as we go forward, because that's how this economy has to go forward, including the remittance discussion that we are having now. So that's why today's event is so important. The Buna Rast Connectivity Project holds great promise, and it ticks so many boxes. And I'm not going to go into that. I had a long speech which I had written, but Vikas has talked about it in great detail. Then Governor State Bank has talked about the upsides. Dr. Neeta, you mentioned that in terms of how imperative is this initiative, and we make the synergistic agenda make work, because by reducing complexity and the cost, it provides obviously an attractive alternative to formal and otherwise informal channels like Hawala and Hundi. And what I've been told is that it will add additional $6 billion, which in itself is very promising, and I think is the right thing to do. The only thing, Vikas, which I don't agree with is the time period that you have given to me, which is 5 years. So I think the Prime Minister will also maybe talk about it. It's not going to happen in 5 years, my friend.
We are holding workshop right now.
Okay, very good, because I think it's important that we do get and materialize this upside, because it's out there, and we have to bring it into the formal channel. It doesn't need and shouldn't require 5 years, and I'm sure you'll hear from the Prime Minister himself as well. The other thing is about financial inclusion, Dr. Neeta, and fully appreciate what you said, also with respect to the diversity agenda and the fact that a lot of these remittances are being sent by women, so you're absolutely right. Another thing from my perspective, also in the context of my previous career, in terms of the compliance agenda, in terms of anything that you bring back into the formal channel, KYC, AML, sanctions, transaction monitoring. This is what is going to keep the country on a sustainable path and track vis-a-vis staying on the right side of FATF, because we never ever want to go back onto the gray list. And this is going to be a very critical component of that as we go forward. So I think it ticks so many boxes, and a lot of speakers before me have already talked about it, that we, from our perspective, are ready, willing, able to support, help, assist any way we can. And I not only speak on behalf of the Ministry of Finance, but whole of the government, and I'm sure the Prime Minister will speak about it as well, because we have to make it successful. I would like to again thank the Honorable Prime Minister that he has graced this occasion, but I know how important this is for him vis-a-vis digital Pakistan and our reform agenda. And it combines a lot of these things together. I would like to congratulate Governor Sahab Aapko, the State Bank of Pakistan, also putting us on Rast, because these are the payment rails through which this connectivity is now coming through. Also to the Arab Monetary Fund, Excellency, we are very grateful to you. And of course, Karandas, on this partnership. And this partnership with the government, as you've said, Vikas, is multifaceted, but certainly for this, and Dr. Neeta, for the generosity that has always been shown by the Gates Foundation for funding it. And inshallah, I'm sure this will bring dividends in terms of this project for the Pakistani workers based in the Arab region, and would certainly deliver economic dividends for Pakistan and Arab region, inshallah.
I would now like to request our chief guest for the event, the Honorable Prime Minister of Pakistan, Mia Shehbaz Sharif Sahab, to come on stage. Sir, we will begin with the handing over of mementos before we request you for your speech. Can I please request His Excellency, Dr. Fahad Al-Turki, Chairperson of the Arab Monetary Fund, to come on stage. We want to present you a memento to recognize your role and to commemorate your participation in the inaugural event of the implementation phase of Buna Rast. Thank you so much. Next up, can I please request Mr. Jameel Ahmed Saab, the Governor for the State Bank of Pakistan, to please come on stage to receive his memento from the Honorable Prime Minister. Can I please request Dr. Anita Zaidi, the President of the BMGF, to please come on stage to receive this memento on our behalf. Can I please request our very own Mr. Waqasul Hassan, the CEO of Karandas Pakistan, to come on stage to receive his memento? I would now like to request the main event, the chief guest for the event, to please come on stage for his address. Thank you, sir.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Excellency Dr. Fahad al-Turki, Chairperson, Arab Monetary Fund, Federal Minister for Finance, Muhammad Aurangzeb, Dr. Anita Zaidi, President Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, Federal Ministers, Governor State Bank, Jameel Ahmed, Waqasul Hassan of Karandas, Excellencies, Federal Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. It's really a great honor and a pleasure to be here this evening for this connectivity between Buna Rast, which is actually a great connectivity between Pakistan and Arab world. As a matter of great comfort and happiness, this will certainly a great step forward in promoting our financial transaction through modern techniques. In that, I would like to appreciate Your Excellency, your contribution, and Melinda Bill Gates Foundation, and of course, Karandas. You have been extremely helpful in the recent months. I'm sure this project is also going to be very, very productive in our efforts. And Minister Aurangzeb, Governor State Bank, all of you have done a remarkable job. But let me first make a couple of corrections. Karandas CEO said completion time would be 5 years. Actually, he made a mistake. It was 5 months, in fact. So I'm sure he's going to make this correction sooner rather than later. And there was another mistake made by me, and I'm thankful to His Excellency. He made this correction. I thought Buna comes from Bunni, and he said, no, it's not Bunni. It comes from Banaya, that is building. So thank you very much, but Banaya laysa min hadid, lakin min falus yani. هذا نقطة مهمة جدا. So I would like to make a very short statement, and that is launching of this Buna Rast connectivity project as a matter of great happiness for all of us. It is significant because it is going to expand the reach of Pakistan's digital payment infrastructure. Today, our country enters into a new dimension of digital governance by integrating Pakistan into the broader financial ecosystem and formalizing remittance flows. This groundbreaking initiative will further strengthen our historical relations with the Arab world in a modern digital way. This landmark initiative aims to facilitate our fellow Pakistanis living abroad and ensure that their efforts translate seamlessly as well as timely into support for their families back home in Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, Bunar Rast signifies how 21st century Pakistan is moving ahead with augmenting modern technology into people's lives. I am happy that this beginning is happening at a time when the country is celebrating its 77 years of independence, hard-earned independence. It is Pakistan's first cross-border real-time payment systems linkage that will make remittances more affordable and accessible. Additionally, it also holds the potential to accelerate our connectivity into a future model of wider payment connectivity where transaction will take place region to region. Cross-border retail payments and remittances between the Arab region and Pakistan amounts to over $20 billion annually. I would like to extend my warmest congratulations to Arab Monetary Fund, Dr. Fadil Turki, and of course, State Bank of Pakistan, Mr. Jameel Ahmed, as well as Minister of Finance, Karan Das, and many other stakeholders who are involved in this wonderful program. Let us work together to harness the power of finance and technology as a force for good and become better and stronger together. Finance Minister has made certain remarks in his speech. I wouldn't want to add anything on top of that. What he said about our economy, it is on the improve, but still we are facing humongous challenges. Inshallah, through our joint efforts and teamwork, we will, inshallah, reach our destination one day soon. A few challenges which make my job most definitely challenging is Federal Board of Revenue, which is now undergoing huge transformation. I am personally supervising this fantastic digitization program, again through the good offices of Melinda Bill Gates Foundation and Karan Das. They have offered financial support for this program, and McKinsey is our consultants. We have seen in the past such consultants being engaged for decades, but nothing happened. But this time around, it will happen and happen quicker than all of you can imagine, inshallah. Second challenge is our power sector, and that is again a great challenge. We are dealing with it like never before. Inshallah, we will show results through team efforts in coming weeks and months. Our program is under discussion, and I will announce this program very soon. It's called Homegrown Economic Program. Great work has gone into it, great discussions, deliberations. All stakeholders have been involved for the last many months, and recently we've been able to finalize its broad parameters. In the next week or so, we will finalize it, and I will go to the people and announce this program, which will be our program for the next 5 years as to how to improve our economy, our agriculture, IT, and of course all those areas hitherto untapped. There is no magic wand. It's all about hard work, sacrifice, blood and sweat. I think our nation is very robust and strong nation. Our people are very brave people, full of vigor and full of hope and full of energy. Finally, I would say that let's put our act together. All these reforms have started taking place. Let's not waste time on debates which we have had in the past. Let's now use this time for actual implementation on the ground. Inshallah, you will see we will have dividends for this great country, and we will find our place in the community of nations through hard work, and hard work. Pakistan Paindabad.
वज़ीर-ए-आज़म मोहम्मद शहबाज शरीफ बोनारास कनेक्टिविटी मंसूबे के नफाज की इफ्तिताही तकरीब से खिताब कर रहे थे। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म ने कहा कि बोनारास से आवाम को सहूलत और कारोबार को आसानी मिलेगी और ये पाकिस्तान और अरब ममालिक के दरमियान रकूम की मुंतकली का बहुत बड़ा इक़दाम है और इससे रकूम की डिजिटल मुंतकली का बुनियादी ढांचा मजबूत होगा। वज़ीर-ए-आज़म ने मज़ीद कहा कि बोनारास मनसूबा तरसीलात ज़र में भी इजाफे का सबब बनेगा और इससे हवाला और हुंडी का खात्मा होगा। ये थी ताज़ा तरीन।
आज़ादी का मतलब बेलगाम हो जाना नहीं है। आज़ादी का मफहूम ये नहीं है कि दूसरे लोगों और ममलकत के मफादात को नज़रअंदाज करके आप